Big up, it's your man Versatile, aka Bumpy Johnson.
It's your man Jumbo, aka Sleepy Floyd.
Representing for Lifesavas Movement on artofrhyme.com, AOR TV. Good.
Respect for the art of rhyme. The art of rhyme.
Every time we're going come out the body from home and take to the prison, got solitary confinement to county lockup. Say the letter, open up my maximum security. It's for the block runners, the pistol holders, the body snatchers.
Where did we start? Basically, the theme of Gutterfly is, you know, three friends, brothers, you know what I mean, live in this fictional place we call Razor Blade City, which is really kind of, you know, our ism for Portland, you know. My man Jumbo plays Sleepy Floyd. I play Bumpy Johnson. My man Rev Shines plays Jimmy Slimwater, you know what I mean. Jumbo was into this movie called Coonskin, later was titled Street Fighter. And that really was kind of the, you know, the inspiration for the storyline behind Gutterfly. We hooked up with a blaxploitation expert out of Portland. His name is David Walker. He started a magazine called Badass Mofo, and he wrote the backline, which is that Baraka Feldman, this director from, you know, from Brooklyn, moved out to Portland, gave us his scattered notes of Gutterfly, and we didn't have the means to make a movie to it, so we wrote this incredible audio scheme to a movie. It's an audio movie.
You have as a balanced album, because we didn't just depart and completely not do a Lifesaver record. You got half of Lifesavas, you know, out of character, and then you also have Lifesavas in character as Sleepy, Bumpy, and Jimmy. So it's a good balance.
Soaring overseas, no more with peace, coming straight with LOD, sample clearances, gas from all the roads, season elders putting money on your dog.
I think the advantage for us is that being some artists control labels. You have a problem with some artists still struggling to establish themselves. And when Quantum decided to, you know, ask us to be a part of their legacy, they already had established their legacy. So everybody pretty much had a name for themselves already. So bringing Lifesavas on and the legacy that we have built to that point so far was pretty much just bringing, like, you know, the next thing or the next movement. So, you know, Chief XL pretty much treated us like, we want you guys to be the next chapter of Quantum, since you already got like a legacy happening. We just want you to continue that through Quantum. And so, you know, it was like a match made in heaven.
Young girls, baby niggas molesting mothers, unconscious daughters. Baby mamas with no hope, they camouflage domestic violence. No protection, no provider, pregnant, undecided, you're the bride. Yeah, cause we got to shine. So get that pop, down, some say it's more girls in time. So we did it.
So the other thing is now, one of the big names out of Portland historically was Elliott Smith, and you guys had a track featured on Portland's dedication to that. How did that come about, and how did you guys get involved with that project?
In short, we had our manager Chris Funk, who also is a guitar player for the group The Decemberists. He's a respected musician amongst the community, and really all the other genres of music in terms of like rock, country, blues, whatever, they all did songs as a tribute, you know, from Portland to Elliott. And you know, they were like, man, we gotta have a hip hop group. Chris was like, you can't do that without getting the Lifesavas. And all of those other musicians, they respect our craft. And so they was like, yeah, let's do it.
I used to work at a record store in Portland, and one of the first incidents I had with people stealing CDs was this guy was trying to steal 2 Elliott Smith CDs. And he was actually in a band in the city and that people knew of. And I ain't gonna say his name, but we caught him stealing some Elliott Smith CDs. So that's really kind of, I was like, man, who is this Elliott Smith cat that somebody's trying to steal? You know, this like back in the mid-90s, you know what I'm saying? I was like, who's it? So my man that was working there kind of put me up on some of his music was playing around the store. So that's kind of how I became aware of him. When the opportunity came around, like Jumbo said, I was like, yeah, man, this dude, he's actually kind of dope, you know what I mean? He had a really original way of approaching songs, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good idea for us to get it.
We got to shine. We present killers, present doctors, present aside of Shakur. Present killers, present strippers, present future unsecure. Will the future be disaster when the only present plan is getting by? We got to shine. Stay right in point blank, no hesitation. PowerPoint, presentation. Triggers to execute them, executive decisions. All the business, up in the essence of my people. Listen, it's our time. on principle. Be prepared, be productive, don't be scared, be individual. Your struggle is beautiful, be aware that you control your mind. You have to shine. Boosters, big pockets, always back in silence. Who love drama? Really cold waves without a all of this sweating right. Live on the dance floor, your own body. Like woman, use your mind. We have to shine. Say I shine, you shine, we shine, and I shine. You shine, we shine, and I shine. You shine, we shine. Let me hear y'all say it one time. Come on. Say I shine, you shine, we shine, and I shine. You shine, we shine, and I shine. You shine, we shine. I like we speak a language that's divine.